Welcome to another episode of Better Said Than Written, the podcast that shares inspirational excerpts from books, essays, poems, and quotes that, when read aloud, just sounds better said than written. I'm your host, Tamika Cody. Today's read comes from the book Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Dennis Kimbro and Napoleon Hill. Published in the early 1990s, the premise of this book, as Black Enterprise magazine describes it, a guide for Black Americans who were truly committed to the pursuit of happiness and fulfillment. I initially picked up this book about 15 years ago, and at that time, it just didn't resonate with me. But when the COVID-19 pandemic took control of our world, I was gently reminded about Think and Grow Rich. My adult son swiped my original copy and then shared all the gems of this 351-page read. For several years, my son and I have been in a friendly competition with each other of who will reach success first. During the COVID-19 lockdown, people all around the world took the downtime to take the steps to create the life they've always wanted. 2 years into the pandemic, I started to take a look at my own life and my journey towards success and found that I was at a crossroads. I didn't know which way to turn and which direction to go. So to help me figure out what's next, I ordered myself another copy of Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. And this time around, every word resonated. The book highlights stories about successful Black Americans from all walks of life. In the last few pages, the author shares insights from George E. Johnson, a Black American business owner, entrepreneur, who's best known as the founder of Johnson Products, which is focused on hair care for Black men. The following passage I'm about to read are a few key principles that Johnson delivered in a speech at a Black civic organization in Chicago, Illinois. These valuable principles are what Johnson said he followed in order to achieve success. First, education is a paramount prerequisite for improving the lot of the individual and the group that he belongs to. Black America has discovered through experience that the system does not always work in its behalf and must be changed. The American system is intricate and frequently deceptive, and no one is qualified to change a system he or she does not understand. Education brings understanding. Second, be curious. Discover all you can about yourself and this world you live in. Be curious at school, at work, in the community. Learn from others, your family, your teachers, and your friends. Everyone has something to offer. Third, decide what you want out of life. Set your sights high and don't be afraid to dream big dreams. He who never dreamed never had a dream come true. Strike out boldly for the things you honestly want. Approach each new problem not with the view of finding what you hope will be there, but to get the truth, the realities you must grapple with. You may not like what you find. In that case, you are entitled to try and change it. Fourth, be ready to take advantage of all opportunities, not only when opportunity knocks at your door, but be ready to knock on opportunity's door. Be different, though it's sometimes dangerous to do so. Fifth, do not hate. Hate is unproductive. It creates nothing of value and has a much more corrosive effect on the hater than the hated. And above all, have faith in yourself. Be a person of worth and know it. Believe in yourself. Hold in your consciousness a vision of the life you desire. Move through each day with a vision of yourself as strong, yet loving, flexible, yet in charge. Act as though failing was impossible. Within you are limitless possibilities waiting for birth. In Johnson's final thought, each of us is created to do something special with our lives. The only limitations of life you need ever fear are those which you place on yourself. I don't know about you, but those words rocked me to my core. Think and Grow Rich is filled with many more gems, and I'll share some of those right here on future episodes of Better Said Than Written.